So welcome to the first episode of Talking to the Machine, and today the idea is to whet your appetite in terms of programming. I just want to show you like a bit of why I think programming is one of the best things, and yeah, I'll just demonstrate a reading and displaying of an image. I know we have the print screen, like the hello world. That's the first introduction to computers, but I think we are more in a visual world at the moment. Lots of videos, Instagram and all that, and I think if we can do an equivalent of print screen on an equivalent of print screen using an image, I think that will be great. So let's start off with the main things we need. So the first thing we need a script to actually do this, and for that we'll use something called an IDE, integrated development environment, which is a program just to help you build up applications. So we're going to use the Python language, and we're going to use the OpenCV module or library to be able to do this demonstration. So let's start. If you don't understand most of these things, don't worry, we'll be breaking it down in the coming days, but today I just want to show you like live, like what like 2 lines of code can do. So let's start with building a script, and here we'll create a new file and we'll call it read. Display image dot py. You have to give it an extension of py so that this thing, the IDE can know like you are building a Python file. So first thing we'll do is we're going to import the module. I've already downloaded that module, but I'll show you how to download it in a later video. Don't worry about that. As CV, and here is basically what you're saying. We're importing this module called CV2, which is OpenCV, and we are giving it an alias of CV, and so that when we call this, we call this module using a method. We don't have to do the CV2, we do that CV, and I'll show you in action. So a good way of trying to make yourself understand these things is always write what you're trying to do, and this repetition in mind, it makes you like it makes the conversation, it's like, you know, like as you're practicing your French, or you're practicing your Italian, or you're practicing your Swahili or whatever. So basically you can do the same thing with machines. So practice the conversation. So here you just say import OpenCV CV or CV2 as CV. You get what I'm saying? And the good thing with Python is so conversational. Then once you do that, the module will come here, and now because it's downloaded in the machine, the integrated development environment can go fetch it. It can go look for it. It knows we have put it in paths. But like those are things we'll get more and more conversant as we go on. So yeah, you have imported that module, and it's a library, and then you want to make this module just do. First thing is you want to read an image. Read an image. Read an image, and yeah. So read an image and store it in a variable. You see, now when I say it, I know exactly what I need to do. So The first part is the reading part, and for you to read an image you need now the method called cv I'm read, and basically this is a command, and it's divided into two parts. So you have the first part, which is the module. You're calling the module cv. You're calling, because you've imported it, it is somewhere here, so you're invoking it. You're telling it, module, I'm coming inside and I want to use a function. So a module basically is a store for functions, and inside that module there's this function which is pre-written. It's a pre-written by somebody who the people who contribute to the OpenCV library building. They bring up these functionalities, like, and they build them so that people like us don't have to go all the way building our own. So anyway, so the two, when combined like this, is called a method. And so you'll say what's happening here? So you'll say call cv dot read method. You call the method first, and then pass it a path to the location of the image to be read. So we're gonna pass it a path, and in this case we're gonna pass it we pass a relative path, which basically is the location of the image in relation to our location in the filing system. Location of the image in relation to our location. So as we are currently this location, so we want an image, but now first of all we have to download that image. So for that we're gonna go to the terminal here, and I think I think okay, let's just go cd, and then we'll just check using ls, and we know our thing is in documents, so we'll cd into documents, and then check inside documents, and we can see talking to the machine. So we're gonna cd into talking to the machine, and we're gonna list and see we have ep1, and we want to cd again into that. Like it's a journey. That's why I like computing. It's like you're following like you're in a maze, you're following like clues. So then we're gonna ls here, and so we're gonna make a directory here and call that directory what's the name? We call it images. And if we now ls, here we can see images, and yeah, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go into Google and find just a random picture. Let's find a baby elephant. I like baby elephants. I love baby elephants. So we're gonna find a baby elephant images, and sorry if the videos here I'm just using for the sake of I don't intend to infringe anyone's rights, and I'm sorry if that is what happens. So we're gonna find a cute one. Yeah, I think it's cute. Yeah, I think. And yeah, African elephant, National Geographic kids. Da 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 da. So. We're gonna save these images. So we save that images. If you've been following, like, I'm really having a conversation with myself on this machine, and that's the point, that's the whole point. So we're gonna save that image there. Oh. Okay, so once you downloaded this image, if we come now back to, if we go back to our VS Code, we can see an images thingy here, and basically this is the image you're going for. Okay, and what we want to do is to copy the relative path, and that is the argument that we're going to give this function or this method. Okay, right, so that's all about the reading. But now, because it's also big, we want to reference this image for us to show it. So for us to do that, we're gonna call it img, and so this is a variable. So I think this is so store the red image in a variable. And the simplest way to explain a variable is just a container to carry the results of the method. So that's what we've done. Now we want to display. Display the image, display the image, and here we use the cv.imshow, and you can see it's easy, it's conversational, it's like it's show for showing, and show method. So let's call the method cv.imshow method, and here the method takes two arguments, as you can see. it takes the window name and the image name. So it takes two arguments. It takes this method takes two arguments. And the first argument is so we're going to display this image in a window, and when we're talking about windows, I'm talking about something like this. This is a window, 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 and so on and so forth. So we're gonna display it in a window, and we'll have to give that window name. So the first argument, and args short you can write like that, argument is the window name. And in this case we'll say, let's say baby elephant font, and we are referencing the image to put inside the window, which is img. Basically the red image. This is the red image, and we are just putting it in we put it in a variable, and that variable we are referencing it here. So that image will be stored. And then we want one last thing. We want to decide for how long the display happen. So here we'd use them. Here you use them the cv.wait key, cv.wait key method, and give it an argument of 0. So the wait key function here is to decide. And so let's first write it, cv.wait key, and we give it an argument of 0. So wait key decides for how long this image will be in display. But now when you give it 0, it will infinitely wait until any key is pressed, and I will show it in action at some point. So yeah, so basically this is this is the code that will basically go read that image from this location and then come display it on a window on our screen. So what we do here, we're gonna save, and then we run this, and from there you can see. Can you see that? Can you see baby elephant? The image is being displayed. So these two lines of code are what is responsible for that. Not these 3 lines of code. And now this wait key, as you will see, let me show you. So you see we have it, but if I press any wait key, the photo disappears. So it's only displayed until I press a key, and that is done so that like the photo does not infinitely stay there. Like you don't have a way of removing it, or like it will just blip. Sometimes it just blips for a second, but it's red, but like for a millisecond, and you don't see it. You get what I mean? So yeah. So that is that, and I hope what you've been able to get here is just the conversation. Like if you keep on talking to yourself, and like when you're writing the code, like and talking to your mind and talking to the machine, and like writing is a sieve, you're communicating to it, then it becomes an art, and that art now is able to give you a lot of good things. So from a simple thing like this one, you can be able to do a lot. You can be able to do a lot. This is just the entry point of like what you call computer vision. But like, yeah, once you can be able to read and display an image, that first opens the doors. Then you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And in the coming days, we're going to go deeper. I think I'll do a bit of I'll do a video on functions and methods, just to make you understand a bit better before we go actually dive deeper into the computer vision part of it.